Salve and welcome. Today we are in John chapter 3, taking a look at verse 6 and verse 7, finishing off this page. I think this marks about halfway through our paragraph. Could be off a little bit by that. This is our rubric, everything that we're looking for as we go through this text. Let's go ahead and get started. Quod natum est ex carne caro est, et quod natum est ex spiritu spiritus est. Non mireris quia dixi tibi apportet vos nasci denuo. And that's as far as we're going to make it. All right, we want to find our verb first. Quod is not our verb. It doesn't work that way. Natum est, however, I almost went with a pun, is. So, I'm going to put a bracket right there. We know that this is the same one as that one. And in this adjectival form here with a form of sum in the present, the imperfect, or the future, it is a perfect past, not a perfect passive, it's a passive of one of those three tenses. Not those three tenses. Perfect, pluperfect, or future perfect, not present, future, or imperfect. Oh gosh, I'm dying. I don't know, something's weird. Too much reading. Natum est. Est tells us that this is a third person singular. Tells us that this is neuter. Since this one is present with a fourth principle, well, technically third principle part of this verb right here, we know that it is perfect, and this verb itself is deponent, and it is indicative. Now back to quod. Quod comes from qui, quae, quod. Can't be masculine, because that would have to be quem. Can't be feminine, that would have to be quam. Has to be neuter, so it's either nominative singular neuter or accusative singular neuter. Natum est doesn't take an accusative as its object, so nominative is the best option. Singular neut, and it matches the right there, so that's good. What has been born, or was born for a second way of translating that. Ex carne, prepositional phrase. Caro looks like it could actually be part of this prepositional phrase. However, there's no coordinating conjunction right there, which would then mean that one of these could be an adjective. However, looking at the dictionary, we see that caro is not. It is actually the nominative singular form of this word right here. Carne is our ablative singular feminine form of caro, carnis, meaning flesh or meat. So prepositional phrase ends right there, and this is the nominative singular feminine form from, out of, flesh, flesh. Est, third person singular present, active, indicative, is. Now, et could be connecting two clauses together, or it could be connecting two verbs. It doesn't make much sense for it to connect two verbs since we've got a linking verb right there. You don't really connect two linking verbs. Could be connecting two predicates, I suppose. Quod, though, doesn't really work that well as a predicate in this case. So I'm just going to treat this as the end of the clause. And quod appears to be the same form as that one. Natum est, we get the exact same phrase there. No parsing, no parsing, no parsing. What has been born, was born, ex spiritu, since we've got ex carne nominative, we should expect something similar here. Ex spiritu spiritus, so yeah, that fits. Already parsed this right there. From spirit, of spirit, spiritus, nominative singular, masculine of the fourth declension, spirit, est, We've parsed that already right there, so don't need to do it again. It just is. So then we've got what has been born of flesh is flesh, and what has been born of spirit is spirit. I don't know why I wrote spirit twice there, but this one makes sense so far, so that means that we've done a decent job at the very least. 7, non, not, miraris. This one, our ending could be is, except if you know the principal parts of this verb, miror, mirari, miratus, assume I want to say the third principal part is. We actually know that this is, is not the ending, instead it's eris. Something that you want to be careful for when you look at Latin. Sometimes the passive endings are a little bit hidden because they look like it's just a normal indicative ending with their extra er on the end of this thing. That's how the way that the word ends, but no, not always. Sometimes, not always. So in this case, we've got a deponent. It is a first conjugation. Mirari is our infinitive, but we've got an e right there instead of the a we would expect. So this should be an immediate warning to us. It's not what you think it is. Miraris would just be a normal indicative of the present tense in the deponent. But with this e, we actually have an instance of we beat a giant. That's the phrase that I use, and that's what I taught my students to remember how the subjunctive works in the present tense. Each of these words corresponds with a conjugation. We corresponds with the first conjugation, so a verbs. Beat corresponds with second conjugation, so e verbs. A corresponds with third conjugation, so movable verbs. I'm not sure if there's actually a proper term for them, but sort of e verbs, sort of I verbs, not really. And giant here, the fourth one, corresponds with fourth conjugation, I verbs, and third IO verbs. Just take the standard vowel that's associated with that conjugation and swap it out with the capitalized vowel in here. So A becomes E for first, E becomes EA for second, E or I becomes A for the third, and then IE becomes IA for the fourth and the third IO. So second person, singular, present, deponent, subjunctive. Now, we could have a conditional statement here, but we don't see a form of if at the beginning as we would expect it, so probably not, in which case it's probably a different use of the subjunctive. We'll look at that properly after we've gone through the rest. Quia means because or that. I think normally we've translated it as that. Dixi, dico, dicere, dixi. We've seen this a lot of times before. That's going to be a first person, singular, perfect, active, indicative. I said. Tu tibi tete. We saw that before, so marking that. To you. There. And then I think I'm going to put a second line of quotes there. Portet vos nasci de nuo. Et is our ending for this word. However, if you know this one, and I had to remind myself about it because I don't see it very often, we know that this one is an impersonal. It almost only ever appears in the third. I think even in the dictionary, it might be, at some dictionaries, it might just be listed as a portet, a portere, and then so on in the third person. So, third person, singular, this is present, it's active, and it is indicative, and it means it is needful, it is necessary, it is fit, it is proper. And then I have to write down every single one of those. And then we just go with the one that best fits the Greek when we compare the two together. But any of them really will work. So they're all just different ways of saying the exact same thing. All right, vos, wester, westri, vobis, vos, vobis. So this could be nominative plural, or it could be an accusative plural. However, a portet takes an indirect statement as its sort of object. It sets up an indirect statement, we might say. So then vos is going to be accusative as the subject of this statement. And it's plural, masculine or feminine. It is needful for you. Naski, that I right there, off of the present form of not. Where did it go? Nator, so it's natum, naskor, naski, natasum. There we go. Finally remembered it. So that is a present deponent infinitive, and I think we saw this form before. For you to be born. And the deno we saw before, it means again, afresh, anew, as an adverb. And there we have it. Now all we need to do is go back here, and it doesn't make sense for this to be a conditional, as I said before, because we don't have a form of if in there, so I'm just going to treat it as a different use of the subjunctive. And since we've got a not right there, I would think a hortatory or adjussive subjunctive makes the most sense. So do not marvel, or let you not marvel. Let you not marvel, that sounds weird. So not hortatory, it's going to be adjussive, which is the subjunctive command form. Do not marvel or wonder. And there we go. Now, from verse 6. What has been born of flesh is flesh, and what has been born of spirit is spirit. Do not marvel that, or because I said to you, it is necessary, needful, fit, proper for you to be born again afresh anew. And so far so good. Now from verse 1. So we have the greater context. But there was man from the Pharisees, Nicodemus by name, Prince of Jews. This man came to him at night, and he said to him, Rabbi, we know that you have come from God, a teacher, for no one is able to do these signs which you yourself do, unless God was with him. Jesus responded and said to him, Truly, truly, I say to you, unless someone shorter form, has been born anew, afresh again, he is not able to see kingdom of God. He says to him, Nicodemus that is, how is man able to be born since he is old? Surely he is not able to go inside into womb of his mother a second time and to be born. Yeah, that's where we saw Nasky. Jesus responded, or responds, Truly, truly, I say to you, unless someone has been born again, has been reborn from water and spirit, he is not able to enter into kingdom of God. What has been born of flesh is flesh, and what has been born of spirit is spirit. Do not marvel that I said to you, it is necessary, needful, fit, proper for you to be born again afresh anew. And there we have it. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope taking a look at this has been helpful for you, and I hope you have a good day. Wale. Hey, not asleep yet? That's okay. I've got tons of other equally sleep-inducing videos for you to watch. Check them out.